For National Science Education Standard, here's the standard website. Mm, Content standard, National Science Education Content Standard, first is unifying concepts and processes. Uh, Based on grade K to 4, 5 to 8, 9 to 12, national standards, content standard has some specialized standard. Okay? Unifying concept and process, it's about systems and order, organization, evidence, models, explanation, constancy, measurement, evolution, equilibrium, form, and function. So these basic concepts you need to teach, but it's not required. Um, of course, these things need to be, I'm sorry, these need to be part of your lesson. When you teach a lesson, you need to include all these. It's just a basic concept, so you don't have to, uh, it doesn't have like, because basically you need to include these. So um, it didn't put each grade level. All the grade level need to put this unifying concept and processes. And of course, sciences inquiry you need to put as part of your lesson. For grade K to 4, students need to develop abilities necessary to do scientific inquiry. So you need to ask a question about object, organism, and events in the environment, and in plan and conduct a simple investigation, employ simple equipment and tools to gather data, extend the senses, and use data to construct a reasonable explanation and communicate investigations. Okay, so I don't want to read all these, but that's the idea what you need to do for science inquiry. If you want to see more standard, just click here. Then it brings to the National Science Education Standard, more detailed. See, Content Standard A. As a result of activities in grade K to 4, all students should develop ability necessary to do scientific inquiry, understanding about scientific inquiry. And then it gives more details how to how to provide these concepts to your student. So I'm going to go back to, I'm sorry, I'm going to go back to that site. Okay. For the physical science, for K to 4, property of objects and materials, position and motion of objects, light, heat, electricity, and magnetism. So you need to teach these concepts for physical education. For full standard, you can just click, and then it gives you more details. See? Understanding about, I'm sorry. It's Physical Science Content Standard B. As a result of activities in grade K4, all students should develop an understanding of property of objects and materials, position and motion of objects, light, heat, electricity, and magnetism. Okay, so again, this science lesson need to include this National Science Education Standard, because based on standard, we choose content area. So there's a physical science, earth and space science standard. It's for the K to 4, property of earth materials, objects in the sky, changes in earth and sky. Okay. For grade 5 to 8, structure of the earth system, earth history, earth in solar system. Okay. And also, as part of content for your science, science and technology standard. Okay? Students need to understand science and together technology. Okay, so students need to have a ability to distinguish between natural object and object made by human being, and also ability of technological design. In life science, of course, students need to have life science concepts and science in personal social perspectives. Especially this class, including health education. So you need to check this this science in personal social perspectives standard. It includes personal health, characteristics and changes in populations, types of resources, changes in environment, science and technology in local challenges. Okay, so you can, if you teach health education, you need to check this standard. And another standard in National Science Education Standard, content standard, is history and nature of science standard. For this, you can teach science as a human endeavor. So, more details if you want to know what that means. As a result of activity in grade K to 4, all students should develop understanding of science as a human endeavor. Here's the guide to the content standard. Science and technology have been practiced by people for a long time. So students need to understand these concepts. Men and women have made a variety of contributions throughout the history of science and technology. Although men and women using scientific inquiry have learned much about the objects and events and phenomena in nature, much more remains to be understood. The science will never be finished. Okay? So when you check this detailed science standard, you will understand what to teach.